Hey guys, how are ya? Happy Wednesday. It is behind the scenes today, literally. I have been working all over here with Win. Win just left. He said goodbye to you all. So welcome to the party. Today, I'm going to show you how to use my design center. I was kind of adding up the emails I've gotten about different things about the luminaire. And so I thought, my design center has been hot on the list. So that is going to be your lesson today. So if you've never been here before, say hi, say where you're from. I see you all rolling in. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. And if for some reason you're getting closed captions, if you touch the top right of the video, I believe that you can turn those off. So, hey, Mary, it's beautiful here in Michigan too, on the south side. So I'm just making sure that we've got sound before I roll. I think so. That's always a good thing. Okay, let's see here. So, by the way, those bins behind me were full of fabric this morning. We got all of that sportswear fabric in, which was amazing, and it all shipped out today. So you can thank Win for that. Just making sure that this is in here. Hold on one sec, guys. Sorry. There we go. Perfect. So we're all in the right place. Okay, good. All right. Oh, Kathy, I'm glad you made it. So today I'm going to show, in case you missed the beginning, I'm going to be showing how to do my design center, which will be very good. I have no idea who just called me from Florida. If it was one of you, sorry. Oh, gosh. Put Win to work. I know, David. Thank you, by the way, for hopefully we will do good fishing next weekend. Yes, I did put Win to work. So he helped me do all the shipping. So if any of the fabric was wrong, we're going to blame it on him, right? But this is one of the pieces behind me. I just got this in. And then I'm giving you a tutorial on my design center. So this is one of my favorites. So it's a 4-way stretch. And I almost had time to cut it out, but not quite. So isn't this beautiful? It's like a snake skin, but this is going to make a great top. I've been living in these, and I think I'm going to wear these for tank tops under sweaters. So that's one piece. I'll show you the other ones. You know me, I love my fabric. Here are the other ones. This one, Win said he got dizzy looking at. So he told me that I should put it with another color. But I think this is so much fun. I think this would be great on like the side of leggings. But I also think it'd be a cool top. It looks like I'm walking around in a quilt, right? But great colors and a lot of stretch. It's breathable. It's really good athletic wear. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. Win said to do it maybe on the sides and do a gray mix with it, but who knows? And we have this one, which I totally could see as a pair of leggings or the side of leggings. I could definitely see it as a top with a zipper. So these are my my new ones to play with this week. So, by the way, before I show you about my design center, those of you that purchased the luminaire that purchased the extra package with it for the luminaire masterclass, congratulations on your new machine. That's very cool. That class is actually opening this afternoon. So I'm very excited about that. So I've gotten your emails and that is going to be fun. Okay. So by the way, am I going to see any of you in Chicago this weekend at Linda Z's? It's going to be a really fun event. So I don't know if they had any more openings because I think some people wanted to switch to spring, but I think it filled back up. But if not, you might want to call and just check. So I always like to leave that option anyways. You get those fabrics, Beverly, on my website at angelawolfpatterns.com. They're all on there, all 3 of them. And there's a discount. Fashion Sewing Club members get a discount, and then I'll put a discount up this afternoon for everyone. So, all right, would you like to see the My Design Center? So this is one that I keep getting emails about because this was also on, some of you had the Dream Machine. Let's see it was on Dream Machine 1, 2. I mean, it's changed since then, but it's still the same concept. And how do you scan in something that you write to make it personal. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm heading on over there, and you can leave comments on Facebook and YouTube. I will check them both back. So Beverly, by the way, are you in the Angela Wolf Patterns group? It's free. It's a Facebook group. If you're in there, I'll post that coupon code as soon as we're finished here. All right, let's go to the Luminaire. I've been working on a project. For those of you that are in the master class, this is something new I've been working on. Isn't this fun? They have, oh my gosh, I was just testing all these different decorative stitches and then using the snowball to finish. And you can see how cool this is. So when you want it to finish, it will actually extend different designs to make sure it finishes in place. This is going to be a cute bag. But yeah, this is one fun thing I'm doing. So, okay, a couple of things I wanted to point out because I'm just going through some of the questions that I received. And right now with the new machine, this would be a good time to do that. So we've talked about changing our needle plate. And someone said, I heard this one's really easy. It is. See this little knob right here? That's it. So if you want to go to the single hole, that's all you have to do. Now, the only thing is usually when I do that, I'll take the bobbin out. So I'll do that now, just to make sure it goes back in correctly. But that's how easy that is to swap out. Remember when you used to have to unscrew everything and hope everything worked out okay? Oh, yeah, not anymore. All right, so I'm not going to do an embroidery, but I am going to show you how to scan in and get your words in there. So it is super easy to switch from, I'll just step you back just a little bit so you can see this. It's super easy to go from sewing to embroidery. And I left this up here to show you. This just slides off. I didn't put the back of my table up. I should have. I need a little bit more room. So this just slides off. This is your sewing, you can put stuff in it. And I love having this free arm, especially if you're sewing like pants or doing hems and stuff like that. Okie doke. And this just slides on. I need to stand in front of it, so I'll put you to the side just a little bit. Make sure that this is level. There you go. Perfect. So that's how easy it is to go from sewing to embroidery. And then I can turn it on. You never want to turn it on while you're doing that because the machine needs to reboot. So just leave it off when you do that. I'll see if I can move you over just a little bit so you're not looking at my ceiling lights. Gotta love the reflections, right? Okay, excuse my nails, by the way. I just took off my red nail polish. Why do I always do that Wednesday mornings? I don't know. I do, though. It says, wait a minute. I still haven't named my machine. I called it a Lumi so far. That's it. So I'll have to come up with something better. Okay. By the way, when you are embroidering, see this little icon right here? Let me see, make sure you can see that. Right here on the bottom. Right here. This is what you press if you're going to remove your embroidery unit. I had somebody ask me that the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's right there. And they didn't understand, so I thought I'd just show you. And you can ask questions, too. I can't see them while I'm showing you this, so you might want to wait till I come back there so I don't miss them, but I will definitely come and answer those for you. Okie doke. My design center. So first of all, right here, I just have a piece of paper, and you need your scanning mat. So let's just say you're going to personalize something. So this was one of my favorite features from years ago. Just say you have, okay, I'm just going to write my name. Love, Angela. But just say maybe you have a handwritten note from like your grandmother or, your husband or something like that, your mom, whatever. So these are all the magnets. And these all just go in place along the edges. Now, you could also do something from a coloring book. That's always like the big one on here. turning it into an illustration, stuff like that. But right now we're just going to do this. So I have my scanning mat. I just put my name. And for those of you that don't have this on your machine, it's still a cool tutorial. So bear with me. Now, I do not have my embroidery foot on here right now, so I'm just going to take this off so you don't think that I would be embroidering with a standard foot, which, because I would not be. Let's see if I can just ignore that, because I'm not going to be embroidering. Okay, go back over here. Make sure you can see this, okay? How's that? Pretty good? Close enough at least? I wanted you to see both at the same time. So click on home, and my design center is down here. So if you have one of the older machines, your screen looks very similar to this. There's just a few different things through the years that have changed. So I'm just going to click that. So now you can change it: image scan, line design, or illustration. I'm just going to do line design because it's just my words. And scan it. And by the way, if you have the new Luminaire, there is a new update. So just make sure that you have the new update. I think it's like 3.4 now. 9.4. 9.4. So you can see what it does. It just scans in the mat. Oh, I see your question, Connie. So while it's scanning, I have that foot somewhere here. It's the Move It foot, which is awesome. I can do a tutorial on that next time. All right, so this is what you get. I'll just walk you through this real quick. So you slide in your red lines because you really don't want to embroider the magnets last time I checked, unless you do, but it basically scanned in everything on there. So what I'm doing is making the screen smaller, and I'll bring you in just a little bit closer so you can see this. Is that better? Okay. If you notice that something's missing or you can't see it, you can always make it a little bit darker. And then you need to decide, are you going to use a straight stitch or satin stitch, or look at all these other options. This is the part that I think a lot of people forget about. So I could actually turn it into a whole different, like, stars. Let's see what that looks like. And let's make it, I'll make it purple this time, just for you. Okay, and click OK. You can do plus sign. So my name will come out with all these little stars. That might be a little bit weird, but why don't we do a triple stitch? And set. So there it is. Very easy. So then you can add shapes to it. You know that I love those fills because you've probably seen me do this quite often. So let's just say I wanted to turn this into a mug rug or something like that. I can do the... And you have options to change the size. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. It's kind of light. Make that smaller. So it just goes right around my name. Perfect. Hey, by the way, Rhonda, I saw you on here. Happy belated birthday, by the way. I think you had a birthday a couple days ago. All right, what about, so this is a paint fill, and I can fill it with any of these designs, which this is by far one of the biggest perks of my design center. Why don't we do, I haven't done that one yet. There's a couple new ones in here that are really cool looking. And maybe I'll do a green on the outside, purple and green. Okay, first of all, I forgot to add the box. So your mug rug would probably be maybe more rectangle. Like that. About that size would be fine. I think that would fit a nice cup of coffee or something. And, you know, you could slide this over and put your name on one side so your cup goes over here, whatever. I'll just kind of make it a little bit skewed like that. And then back over to here, I have that selected. And now touch inside. Oops, I have the paintbrush. I do this all the time. See what happens if you hit the paintbrush? You can actually just write it's writing. Look at that. If I'm gonna bring this really close, just check this out. And thankfully I can undo it too, but what it's doing is that stitch is going to be this fill right here. That's going to be the stitch. You could do a lot of crazy stuff on here. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to hit the paint bucket, which is the fill, and I can fill that whole entire area. So now my name will be there, and I have that fill. That is like a 3-second mug rug. So if I were to embroider that out, and I could do that on with a little batting underneath, and then when I'm finished, do one more rectangle around it, which would do the outside stitching, you'd be finished. So that's how easy it is to use this. And, you know, you have an eraser function. You've got all these other, functions on here too. You turn it into embroidery. When you go to turn it embroidery, these are places you can adjust all of these. Maybe you want to skew the design. You saw us do that last week, probably, if you're watching. Then you click set. And it turned into embroidery. And there, I have my colors on there, green and purple. There's my design. And that's how easy it is. So I'm coming back over to see you, and I have my move it foot because I saw somebody ask about that. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, mug on one side, leave room for the cookies on the other. So Mary, I was thinking that I'd put the cookies on the Angela part, right? All right, so somebody asked about the move it foot. That's this right here. Again, excuse the pink nails, but this is the move it foot. And it's different than a walking foot because it has this rubber band on the top. It's not really a rubber band, but a rubber, well, literally it's a band, but not a rubber band. You know what I mean? This plugs into the machine. There's a few different feet. There's a quilting foot and a few others that go with this too. It just snaps on. But when you have this on, you have to either engage it by turning it down or unengage it. Yeah. Oh, hey, sis. Like that. And then if I take you to the screen one more time, I'll just show you the difference real quick on that since you're there. Let's go on over. I'll show you real quick. If I go back over here to the sewing or to my features. And I'm going to turn you this way just for a second because I don't want to show my machine number on here in case I hit the wrong number. Okay, first of all, here's one that somebody asked about last week. Fabric thickness sensor. Someone said, does it have auto tension? Does it know what you're doing? So fabric thickness sensor means that it knows how thick of fabric you're sewing, but you have to turn it on. If you don't turn it on, it's not going to work. Okay, so that's one quick thing. Go back over here and let me find the page. The latest version is 3.04. Sorry about that, 3.04. I've been updating Scan and Cut and different machines, and I can never remember the number. Okay, so here's another one that you need to know about. Automatic fabric sensor system. This is where the foot will know how thick of the fabric you have. So that one I already have on, but you need to make sure that's on as well. All right. And some of these are for embroidery, some are for sewing. And then, okay, here is the dual foot. You dizzy yet? So once you have that foot on, these are the options. So you can go all the way from +10 to -10. And that will tell you how fast. Let me grab the foot and show you it closely. That will tell you how fast this part is going to move. Okay, so it controls that. So if you're working on really thick fabric, you might want to change the tension, lower, depending. It really depends what you're working on. So that is the quick 4-second explanation on how to use that. So yeah. Basic question. How do you undo a design in my design center? Great question, Diane. I think I'll go do it. I don't think I had you on there when I did the undo. So let me just go show you. So I can just get out of the menu by just touching. Let's see. Click OK. That goes away. So let's just say, let me go back to my design center. Let's just say I'm going to add, oh gosh, I don't know. They have so many different fun shapes too. Let's just say we're going to add that. And maybe, well, why don't we do that crazy pen thing again, right? And maybe add a fill to it this time, because that was the really crazy looking one. How about bricks? And we'll make that pink. You see that? So this is actually out of that fill, and that would be really crazy. So this is what you do. To undo, just click this, undo. And when I do that, you can see undo, and you can redo. So some of these are enhanced features that are much better than when it was on the Dream Machine, by the way. Easier. So there you go. Or undo, or all clear. Then it changes the whole thing. And you also have the pencil here. So maybe that other one was too thick and I just wanted to write Angela a little thinner. There you go. Make sense? Yeah. By the way, I see somebody else in here that had a birthday this week. I don't know how it just pops up on my Facebook sometimes. So by the way, who does have a birthday this week? Happy birthday. Last week was Cindy's. Gertrude, what are you doing with the white boxes? Good question. So first of all, I bought the boxes because I'm going to Linda Z's this weekend to do a hands-on, we're sewing knit tops. 2 days of sewing knit tops, which will be really fun. And doing that, they wanted me to bring my patterns, and I'm driving, so I don't have to bring a suitcase. So I thought these would be great. And by the way, these were a great deal. So you got to see these. I'll bring them over. They're like the perfect size to throw a bunch of patterns in, or clappers, or whatever. And guess what? They stack. I was going to do bins that had lids, but why? So I can just set these on the counter and they'll be there. But better than that, I got them back here, and I had all those orders for fabric, which are all shipped out now. But what I was able to do is when I went downstairs, cut all the fabric, and each bin was a different fabric. So it was very organized. Probably the most organized we've ever been when we shipped. So I'm sure I screwed something up. It's always scary if you're too organized like that. All right. Oh, thanks, Celeste. Yeah, those boxes, when I went shopping this morning, I was like, I need something, and I'm trying to get organized. So I have a lot of bins that have lids, but these would be great because then I can just use them wherever. There's a lot of places in my studio with unfinished projects, and they end up in a little pile. Now they're going to be organized by bins. So next week when you see me, if I have like 30 of those bins, you're going to know I definitely need to get more organized. Hey, Delia, happy birthday. All right, so any questions on that? Oh, you like the pink jacket? Thanks, Faye. The one back there, that's the couture jacket. Which some of you asked if I'm going to do that class again. I am. The class is going to be in October, but there's no fitting, so you have to do a fitting beforehand. So I think the date was right after my event in St. Louis. So it's like the third week of October. Just go to angelawolf.com and you'll see it'll be listed probably tomorrow. But it's going to be mid-October is when it starts. Hey, Chris, great to see you. Gosh, it's been forever. It feels like forever. Marianne, if you message me, I can tell you where I bought the bins. Just message me. I don't know if you have that store there anyways, but it's just like a big mass store. Chris has those crates. All right, just making sure I didn't miss anybody's questions on that. Lorraine. Yeah, there you are, Rhonda. Happy birthday, in case you missed it. And shame on you for not playing with my design center, for sure. Although I saw some of your new designs, I think that you were embroidering recently. They are gorgeous. Hey, Caroline. All right. What was the red long sleeve top you have on the mannequin the other day? Oh, Sue. It's right here. Have you watched any of the episodes of It's So Easy? I did this on It's So Easy. This is the circle sweater. Oh, this fabric is so soft. I have not worn this in forever. Speaking of sweaters, I have a funny story to tell you. So this is my circle sweater. So let me just take your comment down so you can see. So it's a big circle. See? With arms. So it's just a big circle of fabric. I put 2 armholes and I hand dyed the fabric. Oh my gosh, this is really cute. I got to wear this. I threw it on the dress form because the dress form was naked. But speaking of sweaters, I put on this sweater this morning, one that I bought last year. I was so excited. So it's going to be a gift to probably my youngest sister because my middle sister is allergic to wool as well. It's gorgeous. It's a long cardigan. It's soft. At least I thought it was soft. It was a hunter green, which looked great with my eyes, I thought, and put it on. Not even 5 minutes. I was like, this itches bad. There can't be wool in it. I didn't even feel the wool in it. Sure enough, 40%. 40%. So if Teresa decides she doesn't want it, because Julie's allergic to wool, if Teresa doesn't want it, I will bring it on to the show next week and draw one lucky winner. So Teresa, you get first dibs. And then it goes to the luckiest winner that wears a size 4. How's that? Do I have a pattern for this circle one? You know, Beverly, I don't, but there's an episode of It's So Easy that shows you exactly how I did this. It literally is a circle of fabric. In fact, I'll sketch it for you. Here. Let me bring you back over to the table, and I'll just sketch you the pattern so you see what it looks like. Here, I'll just sketch it on here. My new clear all. Okay. I'll make this a little thicker so you can see it. So this is the pattern. Oops, let me get it. You see that okay? Oh, this is kind of fun. Okay, but I don't want to do, let's see, make this a little darker. And then just use like a pattern that you have on hand. Oh my gosh, this looks like a pumpkin. Those are your 2 armholes. That is literally the pattern. And then, so I copied my armholes from the ruche tee so it was the right angle for your sleeve. And I think they're actually, to be honest, I think these are curved like a little bit like this. Otherwise, if it was straight up and down, it doesn't fit quite as well. So those are your 2 armholes. And then just use a sleeve. I use a sleeve from my ruche tee pattern. And that's it. That looks really funny, though, I have to say. Can you see that okay? That is definitely a DIY LOL project. Okay, so that helps you with that. And also, if anybody remembers what It's So Easy episode, if you go to my YouTube channel, I think it's on there. Yep, Marsha, perfect. Nope, but it could be. The ruche tee hacked. The lace on your bluish couture jacket, is it shiny or dull? Oh, I have a piece right here, Debbie. I used, it's kind of shiny. Again, don't look at my little pink fingernails because I just took red nail polish off. So this is the lace. This was an extra piece that didn't match when I was going to put it on. Isn't this gorgeous? That's coming out next month, by the way. And there's, oh gosh, there's got to be 50 designs in there, maybe more, a lot. Who sells good polyester lining, making a cotton jacket, but prefer a slippery lining? You know, Judy, well, there's a couple places that I use. If you message me, I'll give those to you. There's one place, though, that usually has pretty good deals. Send me a private message, and I'll answer that for you. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Jan. And it matched the jacket so well. So if any of you guys missed the jacket, I think the fabric is, I have just a little bit left. Here, I'll show it to you. Are you guys doing I Spy in my studio today? No? I can't believe it. I actually put it away. There was like a itsy bitsy piece, just enough that I might make a fringe. Well, there isn't enough for a whole skirt, but I could maybe do a little piecing for it. So if I can find a complementary color, I don't think I'm going to put lace on the side of the skirt, but if I could just squeeze enough to get a cute skirt out of it, it's going to be a close call though. It might be a little skimpy, so I don't know. Might have to go with a pair of jeans, if you know what I mean. Okay, Jan, do you hand sew around the entire shape to attach the lace? So Jan, were you in the, this was in the couture jacket class. Aren't you in the couture jacket class, Jan? Because I actually, in the class, I did the entire thing live in there. So when the couture jacket class goes again, I'll do something similar. But now I could have hand sewn, Jan, but I was in a major hurry. So I thought, what else could I do? And I'd show you the jacket, but it's in Texas right now, being photographed for the cover. So I ended up doing free motion embroidery. So this is on tulle. You've seen me embroider on tulle before. And I left, you can see how much is in here on each side. And I lined this up on the edge of the jacket where I wanted it to go on each side. Just placed a few pins, and I did free motion embroidery with green thread because it matched the jacket really close to the edge of this and really close to the edges of all these. And it was fast. Those of you that watch me do it, wasn't it amazingly, like we finished the whole thing, trim around the sleeves, hemmed the sleeves, trim around the entire jacket in a 1 hour class. Actually, it might have been an hour and a half because I talked a little bit, but so it was amazing. And then I just took a pair of sharp scissors and trimmed around the edges. Oh, but Jan, I'll have to get the replay for it because it's really cool to watch, or I'll do it again. Yeah, I didn't either think of free motion, but because I was in a major hurry and had to get it to the post office by 6, which I just missed, or to UPS, but oh well. Try some twin needle top stitching on the skirt. That would be cute, Celeste. When do we not do I Spy in your studio? So true. Let's see. Where can I find fold over elastic? Please help. Joyce, what color are you looking for? I have a ton of black. It's not on my website though. You could message me. Vogue Fabrics has it. That's also who has polyester lining too. But I have like 3 favorite places that I go to for a lot of those. Yeah, it was very fast. Terry, I don't think it was the Fashion Sewing Club. I think it was the last couture jacket class. I don't know. Whichever one it was, it's still in there for replay. So I left it there. Black or gray. So Joyce, message me because if I have black, but I have a good source for you too. Oh, Kelly, thank you. The square setters if the square sweater on It's So Easy is 1408, the circle sweater was in that same season. So look through season 14 for that. All right. Any other questions? What serger would you recommend for between beginner and expert? So Judy, at full disclosure, I'm a brand ambassador, so obviously that would be my first pick. But even some of their sergers that are not like they have the strong and tough, that I don't know if it's still available on Amazon, but they also have a good one that the dealer has that's not very expensive. And if you go to a dealer, you can test the different levels of sergers that they have. But you know, you don't need anything fancy if you're just finishing the edges. And most of the sergers come with a couple different feet. The blind hem foot. I don't know if you're in, if you've taken any of my online classes, I have on Craftsy. Well, it's Blueprint, now it's going back to Craftsy. But I taught 2 classes on serging there. And one of them shows you how to use all the feet and all those things, which worked great. So most of the sergers on the brother's side come with the blind hem foot, which you can do pin tucking, a blind hem, a few other things. The gathering foot, and sometimes you'll get 1 extra foot in there. Not always, but those 2 usually come, which are great. And, you know, as long as you learn how to thread it, so if you go to a dealer, they'll teach you how to thread it, which is great. If you don't, make sure you go on YouTube. I have a ton of videos showing how to thread a serger. You can go to my YouTube channel, go to angelawolf.com, and you can watch there. And you can also see some of the different, I've played with a few different ones. I have an older one. It's the Project Runway one that oh gosh, it's probably 8 years old, but I love it. I actually have 2 of them. I have one at home and one here. I actually bought that before I ever worked with Brother, believe it or not. Yeah, and it works great. So what machine did you do the lace embroidery on? Marcella, I did this on the Luminaire. But they're my design, so this didn't come out of the machine, but I did the embroidery on the Luminaire. I actually did it on the Luminaire 1 and the Luminaire 2 because I had both machines going full-time. And they did a great job. Oh, thanks, Susan. That was fun. Louis, you saw Joanne do one on a neckline. She has some cool things on it, so easy too. It is going back to Craftsy. How long did it take? Oh, to embroider? I think, well, I did it in, you know what? I have a photo for you. Hold on. I'll show you a photo. And then if you guys have any more questions, holler. Otherwise, it's going to be a shorter show today because I have a lot of work to do. Not that I don't want to hang out with you, but I got Fashion Sewing Club this afternoon. So, okay, I think I have a photo that I can share with you. I have to just share something with you. Do you guys ever use the app Duo where you can do video? So this is my little nephew, Austin. Oh my gosh. And so if you look at me, I'm the cat. And this is how we have our conversations. Okay, so I have this somewhere. It wasn't too far back. It can't be too long ago. It was just here. I'll show you how I did it because what I did is I embroidered all the lines together and then trimmed it. So, and then you can skip colors. So here is the official jacket that we're talking about in case somebody is new to the party. And you can see the embroidery on there. And here you go. You can kind of see, these were 2 different ones I did, but see how I do little lines of them? Hey, darling, we won't tell. And by the way, Karen, we are. That's what's so fun. Thanks, Sharon. Okay, so you see that? So I just did rows and rows using the big hoop, and it works great. 1 layer of tulle, and it was just like, it's actually a cream colored tulle, but you can't see it. And then you trim it off anyways. And then I used washaway stabilizer, which I have some big rolls behind me too. And because some of you asked, you can get those at a Brother dealer. You could also, if you're ordering on my website, I have a coupon for you. And I think you can kind of see, first stitch the blue out first. Oh yeah, and now for those of you that wondered the fabric on the jacket, that's what it was. So I think the embroidery took, I started it one day at about maybe 3 o'clock, worked until 6, but I was like running, and I was using my 1 needle. I mean, I wasn't using the 10 needle where it would just embroider quickly. I had to keep changing the thread. So, but I did all the blue first. I mean, so you change thread 4 times basically. The next day I embroidered until about 1 o'clock. off and on. And then to attach it to the jacket was less than an hour. I rinsed it out, pressed it. Hey, Beverly, what does WSS stand for? It's probably something right at the tip of my tongue, but I'm not on that page right now. I would do the class for jacket, but don't embroider. Oh, Cheryl, the class that was a couture jacket class. So we did like a lot of cool trim. The embroidery was just like an extra perk at the end. We did crocheted trim, adding just other trims, all things like that. All right. Is there a washaway stabilizer that isn't sticky? Yeah, Marsha. Here. That's what I didn't use the sticky stuff because it doesn't work really well with tulle. So let me grab some. I've got it right here. Maybe. I had it here. Do you guys see it anywhere? It was around here somewhere. I know I didn't use it all. Maybe it's on my cutting table. Well, whoever's playing I Spy, we're not doing a very good job. There it is. I see it. So this is mine, sew and wash. And it's in a big, long one. But you can get these at a dealer too. I mean, like there's different brands. So if you could feel this, Marsha, it feels like fabric, just like a weave fabric, not sticky at all. So when I embroider to do lace, I actually don't use the sticky, not with the tulle. With the mesh, I will, because the mesh, it holds it in place and the mesh is a little thicker. But for using tulle, I use this. And I just hoop both of them together. So I'm not floating it, I'm actually hooping it. Oh, thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Lorraine. What's in the bins, Mom? Mary Lou? Nothing right now. Oh, I do too, Glenda. I just sent your pants stuff out today. What is the best stabilizer for t-shirts? You're going to embroider t-shirts for your kids on your son's coaches. So there's a kind called Polypro, which works really good for stabilizer. Do you always, if anybody has any suggestions for Diane for t-shirts, I don't embroider a lot of t-shirts, but you just want to make sure you have enough stabilizer in there because if you remove it, it will wilt. Ask me how I know that. I tried years ago to write Win and Angel, our boat name, on our sleeve, and I didn't leave stabilizer behind it, and it kind of looks like, wah, Win and something, right? So if anybody has any recommendations for Diane, do that. Give her some. Oh, water soluble stabilizer. Is that what? I guess I wasn't on the same page. Sorry. Do you always embroider lace on tulle? You know, I don't, Sonia. I actually have a couple pieces that are just, I don't have anything around here right now without going to dig. But if the design has enough of a weave that it could just be like by itself, then I don't use tulle. But I would say 90% of the time I use tulle because I'm usually attaching it to something. Or let's see, how about this? Hold on one sec. I'll show you this shirt. This one, I use tulle because I wanted to insert it into a sleeve. I wore this yesterday. I wore this on yesterday's show, if you missed it. So a couple things here. Now, you probably didn't see the bottom of my shirt because I was on here with May, and I was sitting. So here is, this was from my first lace collection. And this actually has tulle in it, just barely. I wouldn't have had to do that, but I just found that it laid better. And then here, I like to insert lace into my sleeves or, inserts. So this had tulle because then I could use it like a pattern hack and attach it into the sleeve. I think is this the sleeve that is free in Fashion Sewing Club, you guys? The bell sleeve, is this it? I can't remember. I know there's a bell sleeve in there for free. So this is basically my ruche tee pattern that I hacked, but I changed the sleeve. So I hope that helps to answer that. Oh, thanks, guys. You all knew that, and I wasn't paying attention. Oh, thanks, Michelle. All right, did I miss any other questions? I think I got them all. Oh, hi, Marta. Great to see you. And I'm so glad you love it. Well, Beverly, the tulle just gives it enough that, have you seen those sleeves that I wear when I have it all embroidered? It looks like tattoos. That was on tulle. And a lot of times the tulle looks invisible. You can't tell that it's there. That's the part that's pretty cool. I even used a piece of navy one time. Let's see. I think that shirt is, hold on. You guys are having me go dig today. I'll go get this one. I just brought it too. So this is what the color of the tulle was. And you can see if you put it on your tightly, you can't hardly see it. But even when you're using like navy and stuff like that, now this is mesh. This was the other one I did. Now mesh is not see-through, but you can still embroider and end up with something really cool. No, Mary. Well, okay, Mary. There is tulle that's very scratchy. So when you go shopping for tulle, there are different thicknesses, textures, weaves, I should say. And if it's rough or stiff, don't use it unless you're using it for like home dec or something. But I use the really, really, really soft stuff, really soft. So it's soft to the feel, has a light stretch, and super thin. Rhonda, definitely. Well, I hate to say it, but if I take you like this way, there's the rest. There's my messy table I'm working on right now. And Wynn and I just carried 10 bolts of fabric to the basement to cut because I have a big cutting table down there, bigger than this one. And then this one will stay clean. We'll see, right? Oh, hello from Germany. Great to see you. Which one's less likely to rip, Connie? Well, all of them rip easily. So the mesh won't rip unless, you're having a really bad day or something. But this can rip really easy. Watch. When you go to hoop this, if you pull this, that's how easy it rips. So when you're hooping this, it needs to stay nice and flat. But at the same time, you pull too hard and all of a sudden you have a part that's like that. See how it gets all out of whack? So be careful of that. A wedding gown tulle is perfect, Mary Lou. That's about what this is. Could be kind of like a veil, but if you have embroidery, if any of you work in the bridal industry or you sew and try, for selling, to make a veil with lace is so simple. Have you seen how much those cost? They are so expensive. Oh, thanks, Judy. Do I match thread to the tulle? So Sharon, what I usually do is I will match my bobbin thread to my thread. I don't usually match the thread to the tulle. The tulle is just the tulle. Like this I use because it looked fine on the green. It's basically see-through. If I'm using a dark navy shirt, the one I can't find it, I thought I brought here, but it must still be at home. I did navy tulle for the sleeves and added navy embroidery. So it kind of all blended in. So you can do all monotone if you want, but the tulle really is more choosing the fabric that it matches your outfit. Then the embroidery colors are whatever colors you want to accent on there. Quite often I will have everything monotone, navy, navy, and navy embroidery, or black, black, black. I did that one in peach. That was all peach. So it's really your preference. And then other times I'll just do wild colors on top of just a monotone tulle. But I choose the tulle, if it's on my sleeve or insert, to match my fabric. And the bobbin thread matches the upper thread. So both sides look good. Oh, Rose, that sounds beautiful. And Lorraine, the new magnetic hoop is amazing. It is so perfect for working on tulle because you just slide those 2 magnets across. It makes it nice and tight. And then you just slowly make it really tight. And I haven't had any faux pas with it yet. Oh, Melody, it is. Oh, thanks. So the bell sleeve is in the Fashion Sewing Club for free. It attaches to your ruche tee pattern. So it's just a new sleeve. Do you have classes that I can subscribe? Oh, Marlene, yes. Go to angelawolf.com and you can see all my online classes. We have a Fashion Sewing Club, and on there, I think you can get to academy.angelawolf.com. That's where my other classes are. Is the tulle washable after embroidery? Well, you won't believe this, Sharon, but I actually, when I rinse out the mesh, I rinse it in hot water, and I use a ton of Downy in there, and that was not my idea. Deborah Jones gave me that idea. I put it in a bowl, like a nice big bowl. So I rinse it first in hot water. Fix a bowl with hot water with Downy, put the tulle in there for, sometimes I leave it for the whole night, whatever. And then I rinse it again, and then I throw it in the wash on an extra rinse, and I throw it in the dryer. Perfect. I have a couple jackets that you would just cringe if you knew how many times I wash them. And they turn out great every time. So the jacket, one of them is a Ponte knit, which is, a little thicker, has a zipper, and the sleeves are all tulle. And I put it in a bag in the washer because I don't want the zipper to cut the sleeves. Washer, dryer, all done, no problem. You used the mesh for pockets on your leggings and it ran. Oh no, Darlene, it did? Is your phone sharp? Because I have 3 pairs of leggings now with mesh, and I have had no problems, unless it was really tight or something. That's odd. But you should fill me in on more on how it ripped, or if it was from the phone edge, because I haven't had that happen. Has anybody else had that happen with the leggings? Do you use embroidery thread in the bobbin? Marsha, I do. I do use embroidery thread. Whatever is on top, I use the same one down below. Oh, here's the Academy site. Somebody had asked that. And I think I have, there's my website for those of you that don't have that would like that. All right, let's see. I saw another question. Oh, thanks, Kelly. You were way ahead of me. Does the magnetic hoop work in the Dream Machine? No. And, we had talked about that when Barbara and I were on. No, the engine, the motor, the build of the Luminaire is stronger. Do not use it in your Dream Machine. That will not be good. Now, through time, sometimes they'll come out with upgrades or updates, I should say. Upgrades probably, or updates that will make things like that work. But at this point, no. It only works in the Luminaire 1 or 2. Celeste, I don't have any beginner embroidery classes at this time, but it has been a request, so it could be. I didn't hem the top. Darlene, that would be it. That's it. You have to fold over the top either one time and do a cover stitch on it, or fold it twice and do a triple stitch, because you either need the cover stitch so it stretches, or the triple stitch so it stretches, or you could use a twin needle as well. But if you're going to use the triple stitch, you want to fold it twice, but you have to have that folded over, or the edge of a lot of these mesh. I don't even know if this one, I don't think I can do that on here. Look at that. You get one run, and is that what you're talking about? That's what happened? So yeah, you have to hem that top. You just hit it right on the head. So that, I'm so glad you mentioned that though, because I wouldn't have even thought of like telling you that. So for sure. Oh yeah, Rita, they're usable on any machine. It was a collaboration I did with Dime. So you download it and it works for any machine. It has all the different formats. Oh, did Marsha get a new kitty? Oh, by the way, I have a new cat outside. So I have a cat at home now. That's not mine. That comes to the back deck. I have trained 3 squirrels now, by the way. You can tell I'm bored when I'm working on the computer with Peanuts. And I have a cat here. I kept noticing on my door, there'd be this like at the lower end, about maybe a foot high, all this like smudge over the window. And I'm like, who keeps rubbing their nose on my window? I found out yesterday. I think I took a photo because I had to show Win. I was like, what is going on? I've got animals all over the place. And I can't have a pet because I'm allergic. Here you go. Here's the new kitty at the studio that sits outside. He's laying, that's my door right here. And his smudge is about right there. And there he is. Isn't he a pretty one? He's a big guy too. And he's just laying there. And so then he rolled over. That's my side door at my office. And he just stayed there all like for a couple of hours. Go figure, right? The squirrels, they haven't posed for photos, but I have trained them a little bit. Oh, Marsha, I got to see yours. Oh, Maxine, you can use the dime magnetic hoops in the Dream Machine. Absolutely. She's talking about the new hoop, the one that, hold on, I'll go get it. The new one that comes with that. Well, it doesn't come with the luminaire, but it's extra. This one. The kitty's not out there now. I just looked. So Maxine, she's talking about this one, where these come off. All right. I'm taking that to Linda Z's anyway, so I got to pack it. So that's the difference. The dime magnetic hoops, I use those in a lot of my machines. And those are great. In fact, I've just started using them because somebody asked me a long time ago, I cannot believe you're not using those. And I was like, well, and now I have. And I messaged Eileen and I was like, Eileen, where have these been all my life? These are fantastic. Yeah, Marsha, you could use fold over elastic. You just want to make sure you capture enough of it that nothing hits that edge. So the whole edge of the mesh needs to be finished and sewn into a seam. It can't be raw. Just making sure I'm not missing any other questions. Thanks, Judy. Oh, Darlene, you missed what I said. Okay, you have to fold it over and stitch it, either with the cover stitch or fold it twice and use the triple stitch. You can't have it raw because you'll end up with no pockets, like you just said. I do too, Lisa. And Susan, how many cats do you have now, by the way? Oh, Gertrude, that's good to know, right? Oh, you want to see how to use it? No, Jackie, I'm not getting a cat. I would love one. My cat lived to like 25 years old, so. So I'll tell you what, Lorraine, I can show you how to use this. I'm just going to show it really quick, though, because our hour is up and I got to go because I didn't realize our whole hour. You guys are so much fun. Oh, the dime one. Okay, no, I'll show that later. How's that? Okay. I'm sorry I missed that till later, but I didn't realize it's already 2:30. Oh, my gosh. So, you guys, I have to run. It was very fun hanging out with you. And just so you know the schedule, today at, I think it's 4 o'clock, Fashion Sewing Club members, I've already entered you into our group chat. If you want to join the Fashion Sewing Club, you guys, if I see you log in or join before 4, you can join our live chat. Today, we're talking about a new pattern that is coming out that's free to the Fashion Sewing Club. It's a cute top that I have right here. I think I wore it last week. Did you guys see that? Here it is. So you can sew it out of, this is a rayon. and I used lace. No, I didn't embroider this lace, but this top is so stinking cute. And then I did another one out of workout wear, which I just pulled out of the dryer. And it's folded, so it got a little wrinkly, but that pattern will be coming out. It was supposed to be out today, but because I lost my power, it might be 2 more days. But that's what we're going over and how to sew it. So that's today. And then tomorrow at noon is on Brother Sews live show. I can't remember the schedule for tomorrow. I thought I was doing something on the Luminaire tomorrow. I probably am. And then let's see. This weekend, I'll see some of you at Linda Z's. And then I believe Brother is putting up all the schedule for the next 2 weeks on the live shows. So you can go to Brother Sew's Facebook page and you'll see all of them. They're also going to put an email out so you can't miss them. All right. Well, it's great to see you all. How fun. I will definitely have a great rest of my day. You too. And if you guys ever need me, you can message me. I usually try to get back to you like in a day or so, as long as I don't have too many messages. I'm just kidding. I check them. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.